So here I am, it's Chrissy again with another Sims build. This time I am building a house that is inspired by a real life house. This house is, it's part of 3 houses, and I will be building all 3 in the future, but it's part of 3 houses that can be found in Santa Monica. They were once known as the Sherbet houses. Sherbet. That's really funny because I actually did a search on Google on how to pronounce that, because it is commonly spelled S-H-E-R-B-E-R-T. It's the ice cream, right? And a lot of us will pronounce it sherbet ice cream, but the actual correct spelling of that is S-H-E-R-B-E-T, and the pronunciation for that is sherbet, and it's really weird. But anyways, this house was part of those houses, and at one point they were all 3 different colors and very colorful houses, and they've changed recently. One of them is actually all black now, which is kind of sad and depressing, but I'm going to do them in their original, bright colors as part of this little series. And this one is the pink one, the pink and purple one. This house was also a little bit famous because there was speculation at one point in time that what I believe the co-creator of Barbie lived in this house, but that turned out to be just internet rumors and not true. But you could see how that would happen with the way that it looks. It does have a funny rectangular build because these houses are located on the beach and they are nestled right up to one another. It looks odd in the Sims setting, but when they're all together, that's why they look the way that they do. I will keep them square like that. I will give them a little bit more space around the house because the fence is not going to be quite as narrow as it appears to be, in the original construction. So I kind of tried to compromise on that to make it fit into the Sim world, but still stay true to its original form. And this house also, it was difficult to find the back of this house. I was lucky. I came across a picture of the back of these houses when they were really colorful and pretty. They I'm not sure if all 3 of them, but 2 of them have spiral staircases on their decks in the back. And I am so sad that we no longer have spiral staircases in The Sims. That would be a wonderful thing for them to bring back. Maybe it's on their to-do list, especially since ladders are now coming to us very soon, which I know a lot of builders are going to have a heyday with those ladders. I'm sure we'll see many more bunk beds, which I don't ever use bunk beds in my build, but I was very fond of them in The Sims 3 with the Generations pack. That was a lot of fun to have bunk beds. It was a big space saver in the kids' rooms, and I had bunk beds when I was little, so it brings back fond memories. So maybe we'll get something else. Maybe we'll get those spiral staircases that were really beautiful and grand and space saving. But I may do. I'm lucky that we are now able to manipulate stairs in ways that can make them interesting. So I guess I can't complain too much. Now, I did split this build up into various videos because it was it took quite a while to do it. It's a big build. It's 3 stories, but it does have the top on it that has I don't want to give it away because it's not in this video, but the top of it does have some things that are included. So it's kind of what we'll just call it 3.5 stories, right? That's a big house. That's a big house. And I had no pictures to go on as far as what the interior of this home looks like. It was left up to my imagination alone, so that took a little bit of figuring out, and with it being, I mean, it's like perfectly rectangular, and you would think that would be an easy space to work with, but it's not in that it's really simple. So you kind of have to make it interesting on the inside, and you have to make it not look rectangular and basic and boring. So that took me a minute to do, but I'm really pleased with how it turned out, both the exterior and the interior. I would love more color options. I wasn't all that pleased with the colors. I feel like the purple was a little bit too purple, but again, this isn't The Sims 3, so you know, we work with what we've got. We try to do the best, and it still turned out pretty. It still turned out really pretty, and I'm looking forward to doing the other two homes, and I'm going to also do them in this area. I've already picked out my plots where I'm going to put the other two houses, so I'm looking forward to doing that. I think they're going to be really pretty when they're all nearby, even if they can't be, you know, lined up in a row like they are. They're still going to be near each other, and I think they're going to play off of one another really well. It's going to be a really pretty little cluster of color. Really looking forward to that. Although, like I said, they're very difficult builds because they have a lot of intricate designs on the exteriors that is a little bit hard to manipulate to kind of, you know, get like our columns and stuff like that to do what we want them to do. I did kind of use shelves for some of the detailing. It's not perfect, but it works. It works. I think it turned out really pretty in the end. And of course, we don't have garage doors because we don't have cars. We don't have garage doors. I tried to make that work. It is tile that you would normally see in a bathroom, but that's okay. It works. It's fine. When everything is all said and done, it looks really good together, in my opinion. And my daughter, she actually liked this house so much that she created a family to live in this house. And that family is actually going to be up in the gallery to download if you want to download them and put them in this pretty little house. My daughter would really get a kick out of that. But she's playing this house currently with the little family that she created, and she just loves the inside of it so much. And I love it so much too. Like, I told her, I was like, I want to create a family and live in that house now. But I already have some families that I'm working some stuff out with, so I probably won't play this house. And I have a feeling when I build the other two houses, I'm going to be the same way. I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I want to put families in those houses. But I think that's probably the curse of all Sims builders. And if you don't, you know, if you don't build something that you yourself love, then I don't think you're being very successful at your build. And the windows, I did my best. These houses, like I said, have changed a little bit over time, and I believe some of the windows have been changed because I was getting conflicting images on Google as far as some of the window placement went. So I kind of took what I liked and kept that. So if some of the windows that are more current look better than the ones from, you know, before, I kept them. I just kept what I felt looked really good with this house and what worked. So some of the details might not be that true to what it once looked like or what it even looks like now. I just kind of played around with it and made it my own, even though it was inspired by this real home. And I think that this build would be perfect on the beach. I don't really think that the, like Sulani, you know, the current beachy world that we have now, I don't know if it would work very well in that world, because that's more like an island. what was it? Was it Sunset Valley that we had in The Sims 3? It would have been wonderful in that world. So I put it here. I mean, I know it's the desert. It's not really the beach, but there are palm trees. So close enough, right? And there I am using a shelf as a handle. Okay, you know, not bad for a garage door. Use your imagination, right? And I really struggled with this. I did not know what to do because on the original house, the windows here on the front are very decorative, and unfortunately the windows in The Sims are kind of lacking in that regard. So I just tried to add a little bit of detail rather than just slapping up an arched window and calling it a day. Now these are sculptures, and if you download the house and you play the house, these sculptures can still be seen, like, you know, they don't disappear when walls are down. But I did play this house to test everything out, and they show up in a way that it does not interfere at all with your gameplay. Like, it took me a while to even notice that you could see them. So it's not a huge issue. But if you do happen to download it and, you know, you're playing it and you see these white bars, that's what that is. It's just that little sculpture there that I used for some detailing. And I did try to get it to go away, to disappear, but it didn't matter how I moved that or manipulated it, it did never really work. So I thought, well, since it's not, you know, interfering that much, I'll just let it go, because I didn't want to sacrifice it, because I was already working with, you know, so little details that I didn't want to sacrifice anything at all. And like I said here, I made the fence a little bit bigger around the property, but I still wanted to keep that tight enclosure that is common to these sort of builds. And like I said, you know, this is the first video in the series, and this is just the exterior of the house. I do the interior in later videos that I will be uploading very soon. The build itself is done. It's just a matter of getting the videos put together and put up for you to view. So it won't be long. Hopefully I'll have that one up tomorrow. I may actually end up having 2 more videos. I'm not sure. It all depends on how long it takes for, you know, the speed build of the interior to go, because I don't want to do very long videos. I know they do get boring after a while, because they are, in their very nature, relaxing videos. So I'll try to, you know, keep it short and sweet so that you can be entertained but not bored. And here I am coming to the end of the exterior build. I'm going to do a little bit of landscaping. I didn't want to go crazy with the landscaping as far as flowers, because the original house has none. I mean, it is literally house on top of house the way that they're set up. So there's none in the original home, which is a little bit unfortunate. But that's just the style of those homes in Santa Monica. They're right on top of each other, and it's just how they are. But I did add a little bit of detailing because it really added to the build, especially since it's so basic and square. But believe me, it looks a lot better once I begin to add furniture and decorations, and the next video it really starts to take shape, and I think you'll really like it. And so since I am going to be doing another couple of videos with this build in particular, you might want to hit that subscribe button right now so that you can keep updated on that, so you'll know when it's coming. If you liked this build, please give me a thumbs up. That really encourages me and gives me the motivation to keep making videos for you all. This is something that I love dearly, and something that I'm getting better at. I love sharing that, and I love being able to give you all homes that are pretty spectacular. They're hard to build, they take hours, and sometimes people might not have that sort of time, and they might like to just download them and play, and I like to be able to provide that for you all. So yeah, give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Like I said, subscribe so that you can keep up to date with future uploads, especially the ones that are coming soon with this build, and it will be in the gallery to download. I will drop the link in the video for that. It's ready now. You don't have to wait for the other videos to come out. It will be up in the gallery for you to download now. And I did not use any custom content in this build. It is a huge build though. Lots of room, lots of interior to do stuff with. So I did use quite a few packs in putting this this house together. I apologize for that. I really need to do a build that's just base game. That way people don't have to worry, do I have this pack or not? But I may do that in the future, but this time it's a little bit pack heavy. I apologize for that. But like I said, no CC in this build. It is all done with objects that you can find in the game. And I will leave the link so that you can download that from the gallery. And I love this part. I get so mesmerized, like watching the rocks be moved and put together and sized. I love that. I think that's so cool. Although I struggled with getting them as round as I liked it, because I really wanted the these two little areas on each side of the house. I wanted them to be round because I wanted it to kind of be different than the shape of the house. I thought that was interesting visually. I liked that a lot. But I, also didn't want to block the walkway there. And I'm no landscaper by any means, but I hope you like it. I hope it turned out nice, visually pleasing. And I did not know what to do as far as the grass goes. The terrain paints, they don't really match up perfectly with the rest of the terrain outside of the lot. But I think I did okay. I kind of tried to make it look a little, like, not perfectly grassy, with a little bit of sand, and I'm not really sure what terrain paint it was, like, the name of it, but it looks a little bit brown. I do go over the grass with that to kind of blend it a little bit, and it turned out really nice. Actually, I was very pleased with how I kept it green but not too green. It looked just gotta get them rocks. They just perfect. My OCD kicking in. What is so funny actually about terrain paints, I did use them before, but I used them sporadically. Like maybe sometimes I would put a brown circle under a tree or under a bush, and that was about the extent of my use for them. When I started to really do these builds more, I saw that using these terrain paints, like especially around houses and stuff like that, it just really brought it to life and gave it more depth as a build. So now I'm like terrain paint crazy. I love it. It's awesome. I'm still practicing, still trying to get really good at doing them, but all in good time. Practice makes perfect, right? And then here's where I went back. I did a little bit browner, not like golf course perfect, because no, it didn't need to be perfect. Oh, and there she is. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good day, good night, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Stay safe. Bye.